All right, can you talk us through the state of human trafficking in South Africa when compared to the rest of the world?
Human trafficking in South Africa manifests itself similarly to various other ways that human trafficking manifests itself in the rest of the world. You have human trafficking for sexual exploitation, various forms of forced labor, child trafficking, organ trafficking, and as well as body parts in South Africa. So this reflects similarities across the board. However, the number of detected and assisted victims were actually very relatively low. We seem to be missing the mark there for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that we've only just, within 13, actually enacted comprehensive trafficking, anti-trafficking legislation that deals with all facets of human trafficking, not just sexual exploitation and child trafficking that was in the past, and as well as this needs to be slowly implemented in South Africa.
Now, you worked on the LexisNexis Human Trafficking Index, and what I was surprised about was that human trafficking actually affects a lot of different areas in South Africa. It's not just one area. What surprised you the most about this index?
Well, I've been working in the field for a long time, so the results aren't too surprising as a physician in the field, but it really does highlight just how pervasive human trafficking is, that no single area is immune to it, that we see in terms of South Africa as well, but also the regional links. And that's something we need to be very aware of, is that within South Africa itself, the majority of victims detected and assisted are for domestic trafficking, but we're also seeing a lot of regional links of a lot of migrants being trafficked into South Africa, particularly for labour exploitation that we see from neighbouring countries and also throughout the SADC region itself. And that's something we need to pay a bit more attention on, is those it's actually regional links as well that we see in South Africa itself, and also questions of vulnerability. Because in terms of victim profiles, we have a huge range and mix of victim profiles themselves. So we can't actually say that just because someone comes from a certain area, that they will be more vulnerable to trafficking in and of itself. There's a complex mix of factors in every individual case that renders people vulnerable to trafficking or not. We do have seen in certain areas particular forms of trafficking being more prevalent. For example, trafficking for forced marriage or the misuse of the practice of in South Africa. We've seen particularly in the Eastern Cape, people being trafficked to the Western Cape, for example, also in more rural areas of Cape where the practice has been misused. So those are interesting trends that we've seen emerge over time itself. Trafficking for sexual exploitation, for example, predominantly takes place in the urban city centres like Durban, like Cape Town, like Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Bloemfontein. But we are seeing cases as well of sexual exploitation of children, and not for commercial purposes. It's taking place in more rural, remote areas in South Africa itself. In 2014, it was the wrap-up of one quite predominant case where minors from Mozambique being trafficked in Mpumalanga in nearby Saudi. And what we've seen there is that it's abuse taking over a longer period of time. It's more difficult for us to detect those cases of human trafficking because of remote locations that sometimes taking place in as well.